Okay, I'm guessing this is part 4. I had a little issues here a few minutes ago. It's bad enough that YouTube, for some reason, every video I post, no matter how benign, always gets flagged. They flagged my pumpkin pie video. If the truck's by. Hey, Joe. So anyway, I had to come out and restart the grill. I had checked the temp. That video didn't take, but I was checking the temp, and my temp was at about 240, 250. Now we got Marty in the FedEx truck. So anyway, my temp was at about 240, 250, so I had closed off my vents a little bit. But then when all the video flagging and everything got started, there goes Tony. And YouTube, the video they flagged was simply lighting the grill. So the video got flagged for violent and gory content for simply lighting the grill. So anyway, that's where I lost a little bit of time there. But just a bit ago, I came out here, and what I did is I simply took the meat off, opened the lid up. The reason I took the meat off, simply set the rack aside, was to let the fire catch back up, get it burning again, because when I had closed it off, I'd fully closed it off, and that completely smothered it. So before I open the lid again, I'm going to simply check my temp. Again, if you ever watched the turkey video, I have no idea what this camera screen is doing. It's just going all kinds of wonky on me. So I'm simply going to check the grill temp. Why is my brightness going? Sorry, crappy camera. Okay, so we're up to 140, so we're not even hitting 150 yet. So that's telling me that my fire is too cold. I'm gonna go ahead and get my glove. I will open my vent back up a little, let it draw better. Again, I just had to restart the flame. Sorry, I didn't get that on video. I gotta figure this brightness mess out. Again, apologies. Crappy cell phone camera. So we're up to, you can see, about one. Now I'm at 170. She's still climbing just by simply opening the vent up there. 190. Okay, so I'm getting back up to around 200. So what I'm going to do, I know I'm at the 200 mark, and I did flip it when I turned it last. I'm going to take this off, make sure I don't have any flame in there. Good smoke. So as you can see, that one kind of blackened, but expect blackening on it. That's anytime you smoke, anytime you grill. But I'm going to cover this back. But again, as I said, that's what you basically have to do. If your temp gets too low, and now you see I got fire started again. So I'm going to cover this. That's the whole purpose when we're talking about regulating. Let me get my thermometer again. You kind of have to keep a check on this, because you don't want flame in there, but you also want to keep the wood smoking. As you can see, we're getting good smoke out through here now. We will check the temp. Again, another reason for having a nice thermometer. I'm at 150, 155. So we got heat, we got flame, and again, we're not trying to grill, so we're not worried about the heat temp. We're just worried about keeping the wood flaming, or the wood coaling, to keep the smoke going. Now if this hits much over 200, as I just had opened up the top vents, let me get back here and you can see I'm smoking up the whole neighborhood. So I will close that vent off just partial way. Again, that was my fault. I closed it off too much. I'm gonna cut it down to about half holes. Okay, I'm at 225, which is okay. Again, it's not really the heat we're worried about, it's the flame, because what we don't want to do, we want to get it smoked all the way through to the bone. We don't want it getting blackened, burnt blackened on the outside until it has a chance to get smoked all the way through and cooked all the way through. Now when we pull these off, I know it's probably a little high temp for what most people consider most meat. I like to run these up to about 180 degrees at bone temp. When I put the thermometer in all the way to the bone, I want it to register right at about 180 degrees bone temperature. Most people think, well, it's going to be dried out. Believe it or not, actually, the last two I did, I had those up to 195 at the bone temp, and when I went to stick the thermometer in it, it literally squirted in my face. I mean, literally, I had to clean my glasses because I stuck the thermometer in the deer shoulder and the juice went right on my glasses. So this is not drying the meat out at all. Again, deer meat, very, very lean meat. You know, the meat itself, you're looking at, what, 99.9987% or whatever lean meat. A little exaggeration, I know, but most of your deer meat's going to be anywhere between 98 and 99% fat free. So, okay, I'm getting up close to 250. But again, what I did is I simply took the lid off, let the wood catch up. I did put one more piece of wood on there. Get my mitten over here. But the wood had basically smothered completely out. So I'm going to close this off just a little. Now again, I'm hanging right about 240, so that should get me about the 225 range. I like to keep it again at about 200. But again, all you're doing is keep a check on your temp. If your temperature starts dropping below 180 degrees, or you quit getting smoke out of it, that means your fire's going out. Simply take the lid off, set your meat off, pick up your rack, set your meat to the side. That way you can let the wood flame back up. Once it flames back up, that's going to get it burning again. But again, when you put the meat back on, you want to cover it to extinguish the flame, because we're not trying to have any flame. We're not trying to flame broil it, flame kiss it. We're trying to deep smoke it. So, she's hanging about 240. Actually, she's dropping now to about 230. So this is, again, where you have to keep an eye on it. I'll simply sit here and adjust this a little bit, in and out, whatever. Again, the bottom of the end is completely open. So what this is going to do is just going to let me regulate the temperature and regulate the smoke. And as long as that wood, 180 for stuff like maple, hickory, anything like that, 200 degrees works really good for oak. So if you're smoking over oak, try to keep it about 200. And as long as you can keep your temperature at around 200, that will keep it coaling, will keep the flame going, will keep the smoke going, and it will cook all the way through to the center. So okay, we got her lined up again here. I'm going to give her about 20-30 minutes, and we'll start doing some meat temp checks. But again, you know, keep an eye on it, because in as little as 10 minutes, you can extinguish the whole thing if this thing is down a little too far. In 3 minutes, you can burn the whole thing if it's up a little too far. So just keep an eye on it. But that's basically what we're doing. I'll go ahead and pull my thermometer out here. And I will take the lid off just to check again. Now see, we've got good coals. There's no flame, but we're still smoking, and our temperature's up. And that fat is dripping all over that wood. So that's going to basically let that wood act like a candle wick. But right there, we're at about, again, 225, 230. You can open this up, get your temp up. If it starts losing smoke, again, while you look at it, now see, we're starting to get smoke back up. The whole thing is keep your smoke going. Just keep the flame squelched. If you open this, that's not going to let flame into it. It's still going to extinguish the flame, but it's going to allow air to draw. It's going to heat up the wood. It's going to cause it to coal better. It's going to increase the heat, and even though it increases the heat, there's still no flame to flame kiss, flame burn the meat. So that's basically what we're going for. All right, we'll be back shortly.